All right, where are you guys from?
Hill Bend, Arizona. We're but Hykreations, our company, is located out in Goodyear.
What are you guys gonna do today?
We're gonna amend the soil bed today, but we're going vegan, so we're gonna use only plant-based nutrients. So pretty much, it's plants growing plants. We're gonna have some dry amendments, so like your soybean meal, your cottonseed meal, and your alfalfa meal. And then we're gonna use our liquids, which is our Hykreation products. We're gonna use essence, which is our kelp, heart, which is our humic acid, and soul, which is our fulvic acid.
And what are these amendments going to be doing to the soil? What can you provide that
So
the
the
soil?
amendments is going to cut back on your overall fertilizer use. We want to minimize pollution, especially with nitrogen and phosphorus, which the chili pepper plants that we're planting today are going to require a lot of nitrogen. So by amending the soil with heart, which is your humic acid, soul, which is your fulvic acid, and essence, which is your pure kelp, we're going to minimize later the amount of nutrients we're going to use throughout the summer.
Okay, so we have just a little bit of, I think all that's in there right now is a little bit of compost. So could you guys give me a list of everything that you're going to be putting into the bed today?
Yes.
We're doing soybean meal, about 2 cups of that. Cottonseed meal, 2 cups of that. Alfalfa meal, 2 cups of that. We'll work in the liquids individually, so about 1 quart of liquid to two gallons of water. We'll drench it over, work it in, and do that individually with each liquid. So essence, soul, and heart we have 3 applications, 3 waterings today.
Okay, and you guys are filling up and amending this bed, but you're not going to be planting in it today.
That is correct. First, you want to make sure we get our chili peppers established. So we're going to be bringing those back at the end of February after we get those transplants nice and strong and hardy. We're not going to start from seed. Being that Arizona weather is pretty iffy, so those seeds could take a really long time to germinate. And once we find out that they haven't germinated, it might be too late. So that's why we're starting from transplants.
And today we're in February right now, so we're 2 months. You're amending this bed and preparing this bed 2 months before you do your transplant of the peppers. And you guys are making this soil to accommodate peppers specifically. So what is going to be different about these peppers than any other pepper?
And so one of the things that we're going to see immediately is your insect pressure is going to be really, really low. Why? Because the nutrients are going to be available by February. The microbial life that's going to start breaking down these nutrients are going to push all those nutrients into the soil solution. That means that once the taproot and those adventitious roots start to grow out, that those nutrients are going to be there available for them. And so you're not going to get any type of signaling of stress, which is going to cause those insects to come in. And I think that's what's going to give us an advantage in our bed over most beds that are produced out there.
We're also working on the hormonal level with essence, so we're going to be providing all of those gibberellic acids, auxins, all your plant growth hormones down in the soil already. So it's going to keep the plant actually shorter. And what we do when we keep it shorter is we load it up on fruit to maximize production.
So the plants will be shorter but stronger and more fruit.
Absolutely.
Bearing more fruit. Well, I can't wait, guys, to see this bed. And for anyone there that wants to recommend getting their beds ready for things that they're going to plant in a month or two, you don't have to wait. You can start now, and we're going to show you guys later on in a video of what these peppers turn into from this newly amended vegan bed.
We're working on our hot box, our chili peppers. We're going vegan this year, and we're about to amend the soil. We've put down some alfalfa meal, some cottonseed meal, and soybean meal. And we're gonna go, these are dry, so we're gonna work it in. Next step, we're gonna do our liquids, which will be our essence, kelp product, soul, our fulvic acid, and heart, our humic acid.
So the stuff that he's putting on there, what is it good for?
So it's humic acid. It's good for breaking up the soil, allowing your roots to grow once you take it out of the pot and plant it into the ground. It's also a way of preventing those new trees from dying in that same hole you keep planting into.
So this stuff isn't a concentrate. You use it full?
Yeah. This is just for amending it right now. Normally you do smaller application rates, so if you're gonna do a foliar on a tree, it'd probably be like 1 ounce to the gallon. But here we're just using this as its purpose as a transport molecule. So we're gonna have this laid down in the soil, so that so it can attach to what we just amended it with, and the plant can actually absorb it directly because of the size of this molecule, and it being fulvic acid. You're going to want to amend the soil, and that's so you can cut back on your overall inputs. After a while, you actually want to feed the soil, not the plant so much. So getting it started early, feeding it good organic nutrients, so you can feed those microbes, is going to be the best way you can prepare for your next planting season. It's actually a derivative of what we just put down, which is humic acid. So this is your final organic acid, and that's why it is like the smallest molecule you're gonna see. Not the smallest, but a very small molecule, and it can attach to the larger what we just placed down, all of our amendments and everything. And then it helps directly transport it into the plant. But the cool part about this is a pure extracted form, and normally you would never get it like this unless it's broken down in the soil. So you need a very special bacteria from your actinomycetes family to break this down. But here we have it completely separated from the humic acid in its final form. Knocking over stuff. We have Essence here, which is our kelp product. It's actually Ascophyllum nodosum. It's a cold water kelp that we get off the coast of Norway. But the best part about our kelp is non-extracted. A lot of common kelps you'll see on the shelves they're going to be extracted with potassium hydroxide, and it's going to destroy all your beneficial nutritional value. And what we do here is we actually dry the kelp and pulverize it. So we're utilizing the whole plant, preserving all those amino acids, plant growth hormones, and your fatty acids. Excellent source of food, excellent foliar. This is great for microbes. Definitely if you're trying to build your living soil, just a little bit of this to help establish some of the mycelia growth. It's very fibrous, so it puts a lot of organic matter down into your soil.
That looks like the best soil I've ever seen.